Hello everyone. So today I wanted to go over a question I get all the time, which is why is the Google Analytics data different than Google Search Console or other kinds of data? So let's go right into it. Alright, so I'm going to go right into the browser now to an article that was released on April 2nd from the Search Engine Journal. And this basically says why Google Search Console and Google Analytics data never matches, which is, again, a question I get all the time from people. Why is this data different? Why is, maybe e-commerce data look different from Google Analytics versus my backend e-commerce, that sort of thing too. It's all how it's reported. So the article basically goes over how it's fundamentally a different reporting system, that Google Search Console uses a different system compared to Google Analytics. And because of that, there's some confusion, I guess, where Google Search Console is built from the query and click selection logs. So the data is somewhat similar, but it is a little bit different. And on the other side, Google Analytics is clickstream via JavaScript. So how this kind of works is when you have a Google site, this is my website, for example. When you have a website on Google Analytics, you will have different code that you add to the site. And so this has like a remarketing tag. I use Google Tag Manager for all my stuff, which I really recommend. And then it actually integrates analytics through that. So there might possibly be something there, but basically what happens is it's all through JavaScript. So there's actually code on this website that has a JavaScript call. This is the back-end source of the website. And so on the back end, it actually has a call to Google Analytics that will tell you, what Google Analytics to follow. And actually, in this case, I don't think it's added directly because it's actually done through Google Tag Manager. And there's a Google Tag Manager script. And that actually is some Google Tag stuff. And then over here, we see the Google Tag data layer and this kind of stuff. So kind of working on the back end here. So it's actually JavaScript that is added to the web page, and that's why it's actually different. Whereas on Google Search Console, it's not JavaScript in that way. It's using logs. It's using the actual searches from Google data to show you how your website might have clicks or whatever it is. So like Google Search Console is actually a back-end tool that is very helpful, and this tool is something that anyone can add to their website, and it gives you information on like clicks and stuff and performance and whatnot. And so you can see clicks and things that people clicked on, different searches. Now, one of the things that was interesting in this article was that it said that so that answers why the data is different, is because fundamentally they're different data structures. They're sourcing the data differently, and that's why it's different. This is a long-winded answer to why is the data different. You might see different data in Google Maps, Google Business, My Business Insights, versus Google Analytics versus Google Search Console, all kind of giving different answers to your questions. And so one of the things that was interesting about this also is that it goes into different Google searches make up different clicks to different people. So Google Search Console uses what's called a canonical URL, and a canonical URL is actually basically like if you have example.com/amp or a mobile website, it will actually cut it to just your website. So it won't actually show you those detailed organic clicks. It'll just say you got a bunch of clicks or searches to your homepage, even though it could be a different, longer, canonical. Whereas analytics will actually give you the exact crazy URL structure, no matter what. And so that's a big difference in how they report data. So it's an interesting article, but it also kind of goes into a little too much in the weeds, I think, of how the log files work and how Google determines like clicks, and it tries to go into the kind of hacking of the actual algorithm, which people don't know, but we have some assumptions. So it does go into detail of like what is the algorithm actually doing with Google. So if you want to, you could take a look at that, but it's kind of verbose for me. So I thought that was very interesting. And, basically, why does Google Search Console data and Google Analytics data, why is it different? That's why. So again, thank you so much for watching. I hope this was informative and interesting. If it was, please like and subscribe below. And until then, be well. Bye-bye.